All right, everyone. uh, so again, we're going over Put Your Dreams to the Test series. And let's just go ahead and dive right in. Don't worry if this is your first time watching. We're going to do a quick recap. Dun, dun, dun. Get that out of the way. All right. So the passion question, that's what we're going to cover today. Are you passionate about your dreams? Again, this series name, Put Your Dreams to the Test. So the quick recap for those who if this is your first time jumping on or just want a quick refresher, in week one, we just really talked about the overview of this entire series. And we talked about the dreams, and we came up with the definition of a dream, which is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, your will, and emotions, empowering you to do anything you can to achieve it, right? That's the dream. You need to, like, it empowers you that you want to achieve it. And we also discovered that most people we know have dreams, right? We also discovered most people have no idea how to achieve their dreams. We constantly know people that have all these amazing ideas, yet they never get accomplished. And the root reason is, so we have these 10 questions that we covered throughout the entire series that will not only help us see our dreams, but help us seize our dreams. And that is the whole goal out of this entire series. So there's 10 questions. We've already covered the first 3. So we talked about the ownership question in week 1. And pretty much you just want to make sure it's your dream. Whatever you think, be sure it is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure it is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure it is what you feel. We came up with many things, like a lot of times our dreams get pushed upon us and they're not truly our dreams. So we don't feel that passionate about it, that we'll go over today, to really achieve those dreams. Maybe it's dreams from our parents or something like that. The clarity question, do you have a vision to clearly see your dream? And we've realized the biggest mistake people make is they actually start with the strategy, like they get at this idea in their mind of what they want to accomplish, and they start doing the work before they could really truly see what their dream is. So can you see it clearly? And then the reality question we covered last week, which is, am I depending on factors within my control? Am I playing with my strengths? So there's many, this last week was kind of two-sided. The reality question is like, is this actually like something I should be going after? Because a lot of times we go after things that just aren't in our strength zone. Like if I wanted to be, like if my dream was to be a singer, like it would be a terrible dream for me to go after because I will never, ever like be a professional singer and inspire people. So uh, that would be like something on the other side. And then the other side, are you playing with your strengths, right? Or are you putting in way more effort than you need to because you're not going with your strengths? So today we're talking about the reality question. Does my dream compel me to follow it? And one thing I highly suggest is, as we go through each of these 10 questions, put a number next to it, like 1 through 10, like 10 being, I got this down, 1 mean, like I need to work on this part right here. Because as you probably already noticed, for those that you have been following through this series, is like you're going through it, and some of them make you really think really a lot on kind of what we're going through. And then some of them like, oh, that was easy. And so like those easy ones, that's good. That's the ones that you have down. It's the other ones that we need to work on, right? And so like for this one, for me, the reality, oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong one. So that's supposed to say the passion question, not the reality question. So like for this one, the passion question, like this one's a 10 for me. Like this one's easy for me to do. Some of the other ones I need to work on a little bit more. But so the passion question, cross out that word reality, put passion. Does my dream compel me to follow it? Right? So Steve Jobs, everyone knows Steve Jobs. If you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you, right? If you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So a lot of people, like if you ever read Steve Jobs' book, it's an amazing book. It's probably the biggest book I've ever read. I think it's like 500 pages. But like many people that worked with him or worked around him and knew him in the time, like they thought he was crazy just because of how much passion he has. And that was the biggest, like without even going through this, like my biggest takeaway out of reading that book and out of like how he chased his dreams and how anybody needs to chase their dreams is like he just had so much passion. Like no matter, like that was his thing. It was just passionate. And so how many of you guys remember, have you ever played this game? The little arcade game where you put in a quarter, squeeze the handle, and it tells you your passion test. So it's pretty much exactly what we're doing here. Like squeeze your dream, whatever dreams you wrote down on week 1, whatever dreams you have in your mind right now, we're going to squeeze that dream and see where that passion meter is. And if you're not a super stud or a burn-in female, then you may need to start kind of rethinking your dreams and start asking yourself the other questions. Is this really my dream, right? Do I clearly see my dream? All right, so the power of passion. So there's a few things to look at when it comes to passion. One, passion pulls us up, meaning it enables us to overcome. Between the dream's inspiration and its manifestation, there's going to be a lot of perspiration, right? So as you have already figured out, so maybe if we just bring this into the health and fitness, maybe one of your health dreams is to look like this certain person, right? To be the most fit that you ever become. Now, between being inspired to it to actually making that a reality, there's going to be a lot of perspiration, and not perspiration as in like sweat, which there will be, obviously, but just there's going to be so many challenges. And as you realize, you were probably really inspired the first 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks, but then that inspiration falls off and you're going to have to overcome challenge and overcome challenge and challenge and challenge to finally make your dream a reality, right? So John Maxwell, he had a story of when he was talking in front of, it was like 2,000 people, and like he was having a good old time, laughing up there, joking with the crowd, doing all this stuff, and then and it cost everybody at least $500 to be in the seat, so of course making tons of money. And then someone came up to him after after his talking, said, "I realized what I want to do." And then John looked at him and said, "It's like, oh yeah, what is that?" He's like, "I want to do what you do. Like, you're up there, you're laughing, you're having a great time, all this stuff, and all these people paid to come see you. Like, that is exactly what I want to do." And then John said, "If it is, would you like to do what I did so you can do what I do?" Right? You get that? Many people look at where they want to go, and that's all they see, but they don't see the hard work of failure and overcoming that failure and overcoming more failure to get to where they want to go, right? So are you willing, do you have enough passion to overcome those obstacles to get to that dream that you want to get to, right? So whatever dream you have in your mind, if it's not like if you have a second option, then that's not your dream. Like every time I go all in, it's like the only thing I have to fall back on. So I have to make it happen no matter what, right? My wife hates that. The power of passion. So poet author Ward suggested the key to success was to believe while others are doubting, plan while others are playing, study while others are sleeping, decide while others are delaying, prepare while others are daydreaming, save while others are wasting, work while others are wishing, begin while others are procrastinating, smile while others are frowning, command while others are criticizing, and probably my favorite, persist while others are quitting. Again, the only way you can do any of these bullet points is if you're passionate about your dream, especially that last one. How, and again, this is really easy to look at in the health and fitness. How many of you have started with us 2 years ago? How many faces have you seen come and leave? Right? Hundreds, if not thousands, because you're still here because you persist while others are quitting, right? Because your dream, you were passionate enough about achieving your dream than they were, just to put it straight. And you could put that in any area of your life. It could be whatever your job is at, whatever your career is at, right? If you're really passionate about your career and you want to get to the highest level of whatever that is, I'm sure you've been there a few years and you see people come and quit, come and quit. It's because they realize that wasn't their dream, but it maybe is your dream, or you're just holding on to something you don't want to. Either one. But we'll go with the passion part. So you're probably really passionate about that career and you just want to stay there to see it through. Next thing when it comes to passion, passion pulls us out. So it gives us initiative. To succeed, you must stay within your strength zone, but continually move outside of your comfort zone. If you're not constantly feeling uncomfortable, you're not getting closer to your goals. You constantly have to be out of your comfort zone. And this was back when I was first beginning everything, this was the main thing that I always knew if I was doing something right. Like if a month went by and I was like, man, that was a really good month. There's nothing stressing me out. I was like, man, I'm not growing. I'm not getting closer to my goal. So I would do something stupid or smart, either way, to make myself feel extremely uncomfortable. And then like it would stretch me as a person, and it would constantly keep growing each month. So every single time, like you start something new, you're going to be uncomfortable, but after you do that for so long, it's going to start feeling easy, and then you have to do something new. Like, all right, so I grew to this new person, so I'm now this person. Now how do I get to be this person? Let's take that jump. Let's get out of our comfort zone, go there. After a while, it's going to feel easy, and then you jump again. And then after a while, it's going to feel easy, and then you jump again. And that's how you constantly grow, right? So this kind of, when it comes to initiative, I posted this picture, I don't know, I think earlier this week, but it just reminded me of this, of like, if it's truly your dream, you take the initiative. Like as you guys could probably tell, like I'm always on here because I'm always trying to find different ways to serve you guys, because I'm just so passionate about what I do and kind of the vision of what we have with Whole Anatomy Fitness and everything that has to do with it and helping you guys out. So I woke up at like 4 a.m. the other day, like no alarm, and I just could not lay in bed. I was like, man, I need to get to work. I need to get to work. And I literally work, like you could ask my wife, like anytime we're not hanging out with the family, I'm working. Like it's just, and it's not because, and I don't think of it as work. It's just, I'm just so passionate. I want to do it. Right. Yeah, it's just, that's kind of how much passion you have to have of whatever you're trying to achieve. George Bernard Shaw says, I'm sick of all the reasonable people. They see all the reasons for doing nothing. I love that. I'm sick of all the reasonable people. They see all the reasons for doing nothing. Passion makes us unreasonable. And how true is that? Like, how many times do you tell someone your dream and then they're the realistic ones, they're the reasonable ones, and telling you every reason why you shouldn't be doing it? But you don't care because you're passionate and you're going to make it happen no matter what, right? So the other thing that passion does for us, it positions us well, giving us the greatest odds for success, right? You have to have the passion to make the impossible possible. Missionary Dr. Albert Schweitzer observed, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. 100% true, which is why it still baffles me that so many people do stuff they hate. Like, especially now. Like I could probably see that back back in the day, where there wasn't so much opportunity, where it was literally just like go to school, get a job, and work till you're 65. But now within the last 10, 15 years, you could literally do anything in this world that you want and make money, like anything. Um, and so like if you're miserable at where you're at, do something about it. Like you don't have to start off like you don't like don't go quit your job. Don't go to your boss and said Luke said quit my job. But you could start on the side. And because you have so much fun doing that side thing, eventually it's going to take over your main thing. Like it will. um, so the success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. And I think you could see that with so many like celebrities and just successful people in the eyes of us. And they constantly they say like they're not happy and things like that. And it's because they did what society told them to do, and it's not because what they truly make them happy, right? Richard Elder. Safe living generally makes for regrets later on. Safe living generally makes for regrets later on. We are all given talents and dreams. Sometimes the two don't match, but more often than not, we compromise both before ever finding out later on, as successful as we might be, we find ourselves looking back longingly to that time when we should have chased our true dreams and our true talents for all they were worth. Don't let yourself be pressured into thinking that your dreams or your talents aren't prudent. They were never meant to be prudent. They were meant to bring joy and fulfillment into your life. I absolutely love this quote, this saying. It's like, there's a lot to unpack here, but just the last part is a lot of times I know people are scared to chase their dreams because they think they might feel selfish by doing so, right? They think of their family. But what they don't know is if they chase their dreams, not their family will actually be happier because you're happier, right? And everything will work out. The one thing that I forgot where I read it or listened to it, but it was, and it's so true, it's happened every single time, is 99% of our worst fears never happen, right? Like we'll have this huge fear of, like, if I lose my job, it's going to be the end of the world. Even if you lose your job, like you're going to figure it out. Like the 99% of our worst fears never, ever happen. And it's just like, just go for it. Like the last thing you want to do is be 80, 90 years old, looking back at your life and saying you should have went for it. We only have one life to live. Just go for it, right? So the passion meter. So wherever your dream is at, you want to rank it. Like, is it a 1? I would rather have a root canal without anesthesia than do what I'm doing. Is it kind of in the middle? You could take it or leave it. You enjoy it as one of many interests. So is it more of a hobby instead of like a dream that you're going after? Or is it a 10? My passion is so hot that it sets other people on fire, right? So the passion meter, it's great to rank your passion of like where it's at. And this could be like, many of you listening to this, you may be changing your dreams after this because you realize you're just not as passionate about it. Or you find out how to become passionate about it, right? Maybe you're going about your dream the wrong way. And then you could change, kind of like, that's another presentation. And lastly, when love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece, right? So when you love and you bring your strengths in with that love, like, you're gonna make something amazing. You will make something amazing. See how that voice turns out. Yeah, Isabel, I don't mind. You can definitely share it. All right, guys. So happy Sunday. Sorry for the quick technical difficulties. I learned my lesson. See, I was getting out of my comfort zone, trying something new, and it didn't work out. And then it did work out. Have a wonderful Sunday. I think that's all I got for you. Bye-bye.